Welcome to the Soulcery Podcast, your sacred space to delve into spiritual tools, topics, and practices that will illuminate your path of soul remembering and healing. I'm your host, Ligia Costa, a soul guide, alchemist, soul writing coach, and the creator of the Trust Pathway. I'm deeply grateful to have you here with me. Together, we'll embark on a profound exploration of self-discovery and healing, unlocking the secrets that lie within. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Soulcery Podcast, where we explore the deeper layers of self-healing, soul awakening, and the unseen threads that weave through our lives. I'm Ligia, and today we are diving into a conversation that many of you might resonate with: the Indigo adult. If you have ever felt like you don't quite belong in this world, like you see and feel things that others don't, or that your sensitivity is both your gift and your challenge, then this episode is for you. We are exploring what it means to be an indigo adult, how this deep soul awareness connects to being a highly sensitive person, and how you can embrace the essence of who you are. So settle into this space, take a deep breath, and let's begin. The term indigo child first emerged during the spiritual shifts of the 1960s and 70s. The hippie era, if you want to call it that way, as people began questioning, the mainstream beliefs and opening their consciousness to deeper truths. And it is believed that certain souls come into this world with an innate understanding of dimensions beyond the physical, like an intuitive wisdom that most of humanity has yet to awaken to. And these souls often are referred to as indigos. And in essence, they are highly sensitive beings with a deep sense of purpose, even if that purpose takes time to reveal itself. So, as we grow up and move through the cycles of life, these indigo children become indigo adults and often feel like they don't belong, right? They might have grown up feeling misunderstood, isolated, or even labeled as being different. And sometimes by well-meaning parents, teachers, carers, professionals, who struggled to understand their heightened perception of the world. And it has been proven that some indigo adults were diagnosed and are still being diagnosed with ADHD, with autism, or other conditions that didn't fully capture the essence of their experience. And because of this misunderstanding of the nature of these souls, of these people, if not diagnosed with any of these conditions, people might feel very overwhelmed. And they might even turn to numbing behaviors because they feel so different and so wrong in a way. They feel that it's probably their fault for being different, that they try to numb those feelings, with alcohol, with drugs, with self-sabotage, in order to quiet the overwhelming energy they absorbed from the world. But at the core, what many indigos experience is hypersensitivity, being hugely sensitive to energy, to emotions, to truth. Being an indigo and being a highly sensitive person often go hand in hand. It doesn't mean that all highly sensitive people are indigos, but they are very much connected in the way they are deeply affected by their environments. They feel emotions intensely. They pick up on subtle shifts in energy and can become very overwhelmed by things that others might not even notice, like harsh lighting, loud noises, or even unspoken emotions of a room. I have discussed in previous episodes how highly sensitive people get really overstimulated with all of this stimuli around, being it physical, like lights and crowds and noise, and also energetic, with all the emotions and energy that we as highly sensitive people can notice and even absorb as our own. But indigos take this sensitivity even further. Many have heightened intuitive abilities like clairvoyance, clairsentience, or even an innate knowing that goes beyond logic. And they might dream of things before they happen. They might sense the true intentions behind words, or feel deeply connected to animals, to nature, and to the unseen forces of the universe. And there is a huge challenge in this. Society does not always value sensitivity. As we know, as highly sensitive people, we know how out of place we feel in society. We live in a world that prioritizes logic and productivity and external success. And the indigo's deep feeling-based nature can be dismissed as too much, as too intense, too emotional, too dreamy, right? So if this resonates with you in some shape or form, always remember that your sensitivity is not a weakness. It's your greatest strength. So because of this, one of the biggest struggles indigo adults encounter is the deep sense of not belonging. You might feel like an outsider, like you've been placed in a world that doesn't operate by the same rules that you do, by the same values that you have. You are able to see through deception, through corruption, and injustice in a way that others don't. And because of this, people don't understand you. They feel like you are overthinking, that you are catastrophizing things. I hear that all the time. Even my children, they tell me all the time that I'm overthinking, that I'm worrying too much, that I catastrophize too much. And this can leave you feeling frustrated and hopeless at times. And because of this, many indigos crave solitude, right? Crowds can be so draining. Social norms can be so inauthentic, especially around social media. For one, I've been feeling so out of place with social media. I don't enjoy it anymore. It feels so fake. It feels so forced in a way. I can't even explain it. It's just, it gives me the hicks. I don't know. It's just, it doesn't feel fun anymore for some reason. And it might be, something that it's in the air, and with the corruption that's going around in the world and everyone trying for their 15 minutes fame, competing with each other, it feels too much. And, it brings a lot of surface level interactions, that feel very, very empty. So you might even feel guilty for needing so much time alone. But this solitude is how we recharge. As indigos, as highly sensitive people, is how we recharge our batteries. It's how we reconnect with the source energy that guides us. And apart from feeling that we don't belong, another huge challenge that indigos have is feeling misunderstood, right? Because indigos are often deep thinkers, questioning everything. We see the world not just as it is, but as it could be if things were different, if everyone could see what we see. And this can make it so difficult to connect with those who are content with the status quo, with how things are. And they are just comfortable with things and don't feel like changing anything because they feel so powerless. And this can also lead to a sense of inner conflict. Like, we want to change the world, but we also struggle to exist within it, right? So how do you honor your indigo soul while living in a world that may not fully understand you? So some of the things that might help is to reframe the way you see your sensitivity, right? Because your ability to feel deeply feels like a burden, but is not a burden, is a gift. Because our sensitivity allows us to experience life in a way that is rich, that is textured, that's deeply connected to the truth of things. So instead of trying to suppress it, learn how to work with it. And one of the most important things is to learn how to protect your energy. And you can do this by setting boundaries, by honoring your needs. But it's really, really important that you start to protect your energy so you don't absorb what is not yours, right? But also you don't drain yourself by giving your energy away. Another way that you can try and navigate a world that doesn't fully understand you is by finding your soul tribe. Because although it feels so lonely, you are not alone. There are others out there who think, who feel and perceive the world in the way that you do. So seeking out like-minded souls, whether in spiritual communities, in creative spaces, or simply through deep one-on-one connections with those who truly see you, right? Who truly see you for who you are and don't try to change you. That can really make you feel part of this world and not so lonely, okay? So one of the gifts and traits per se of being an indigo is the strong inner compass, is the strong intuition that we have. But we might not always be able to explain how we know something, okay? We know that we know. We don't know how. We don't know why, but we just know that we know. And it's really hard to make others understand this inner knowing when we don't know how to explain it to ourselves even. But trusting that inner knowing, it's really important. You know, following the callings of your soul, even when they don't make logical sense. It's a way of honoring your essence. Because your purpose is unfolding, even in the moments that everything feels unclear. And although it's frustrating in a way that other people don't understand us, even when we try as hard as we can to explain why we know certain things, and we get those side eyes and rolling eyes and puzzled stares, you know, it's really important that we don't let that make us doubt our own gift of intuition, okay? And again, this is tied with finding a soul tribe, finding people that truly see us for who we are, even when they don't understand all our intricacies, just accepting it without judgment. That is really important. Because you are sensitive to, energy, environments matter. They do matter. So spending time in spaces and doing things that raise your vibration, that makes you feel peaceful and connected, it's a strong way, it's a powerful way to recharge your own energy. So spending time in nature, around or near water, sacred spaces, music, art. These can be sources of nourishment for your soul. So start to take notice of what raises your vibration and try as much as you can to make it a regular part of your life. Okay? Also, many indigo adults feel a deep pull towards something that's greater. Okay? Something that they are meant to do in this world. And for the longest time, for instance, in my case, I have this feeling. And for my interactions with other people that I call my soul family, we all share the same thing. We feel like we are meant for more. That there must be a reason, strong reason why we're here and we go through so many difficult challenges and wounding, especially in our childhood. And we just have this, again, deeper knowing that we are meant to do something in this world, that we are meant for more. And if you, for instance, don't know what that is yet, that is perfectly okay, because many indigos only find that later in life. It can take a while for that purpose to unfold, because we have so much healing to do, so much integration to do, and also learn how to navigate in this world, that it can take a while for us to actually open our eyes, physical eyes, and our third eye as well, to the possibilities, to the path that we are meant to take. So my advice is just to keep following the threads of what feels true to you, okay? What excites you, what brings fire into your soul, what feels aligned. Because your purpose will reveal itself in layers when the time is right. I haven't yet found mine. I feel at times closer to understand that, but I haven't yet fully seen what my purpose is. But, it comes in layers, When I feel like I'm closer is because another layer was peeled, another healing, wounding was done, another cycle in my life came to a close, and I'm excited for what's to come. And in the meantime, I just follow what feels true to me. I just follow the callings of my soul. I don't know where it's going to take me. I don't know why. Sometimes I'm doing what I'm doing. Sometimes it might feel on a logical level that it's a waste of time, that is not making a difference, that no one is listening, no one is taking in, for instance, the learnings and the wisdom that I share, that whatever I create is not producing fruits. And it can be disheartening at times, and it can be frustrating. So on a logical level, it feels like there is no point and I should just, follow the societal norms and just be dedicated to my 9-to-5 job and do just that, because that's already enough, plus looking after my family. But for some reason, there is still that fire there that keeps me going, that keeps me motivated to create more podcast episodes and share what I know, and send out newsletters and create new workshops, even if they don't sell, even if no one is listening to what I'm posting out there. I just do it. I just follow that calling, and I trust that one day that is going to be revealed. So that's my advice to you too. Even when you in yourself do understand why you do what you do, and you have other people in your life saying you should just quit and not do it and, just find something else to do, or not worry about that, or not spend your time doing whatever. But you feel somehow a little flame inside you, or a little voice inside you telling you to keep going. And it feels right, even when everything is wrong, but it just feels right. Just, do it. Just carry on doing it. Okay? Being an indigo adult and being highly sensitive and being deeply attuned to the energies around us, I feel is not an accident. I feel it's just part of our soul's journey, how our souls were designed. And yeah, I feel you are here for a reason. You are meant to see the world differently, to feel deeply, and to bring a new level of awareness to those around you. Even if no one is listening, even if no one is reading, even if nothing is moving. Trust that you are bringing that vibration into the collective awareness. And also, I feel it's important to say that your journey is not about fitting in. It's about awakening. It's about remembering who you are at the core of your being and allowing that truth to guide you. I always say that I don't believe that we become anything, even during our healing journeys, our awakenings. I don't believe we become someone different. I believe we start to remember who we truly are, who we were meant to be when we were born. To remember fragments of lives past, gone, experiences that on a very stellar level are still there. We might not have a clear vision of what it is, but deep down in our DNA and in the way our feelings and emotions are activated, they are still there. And we remember, slowly, layer by layer, we remember who we truly are. And I feel that's why we're here. We are not here to fit in. We are here to awaken to that, to remember our truth. And if you ever felt like an outsider, if you have ever questioned why you experience life in the way that you do, please, please, please know this. You are not broken, okay? You are not broken, therefore you don't need fixing. You are not alone. And the world needs exactly what you have to offer. Okay? Before I love you and leave you, I'll pull a card from my Trust journaling deck. And the card I pulled is from the Soul Suite. And the Soul Inquiry is, when do I feel powerful? What's the source of this real power? When do I feel powerful? What is the source of this real power? And the affirmation is, my dreams are the fuel that powers my life. I love this so much. So much. So if you're questioning if you are an indigo soul, an indigo adult, I invite you to journal on this soul inquiry. When do you feel powerful? When you are embodying your indigo nature, when do you feel powerful? And what is the source of that power? Okay? It feels really, really aligned with this conversation. I love it so much. Thank you for joining me today on the Soulcery Podcast. If this episode spoke to you, I would love to hear your thoughts. I would love to hear from you. Share your experiences, your insights, or for instance, the ways that you've come to embrace your own indigo nature. You can comment on YouTube. I think you can even comment on Apple Podcasts and Spotify if it's there that you're listening. Or you can go and find me on Instagram. I'm under the handle at @IamLigia And just, send me a DM or comment under the audiogram of these episodes that I always post every week. And just, let me know. Let me know how your experiences are shaping your life. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you for listening to the Soulcery Podcast and for holding space for this conversation. It is truly magical to be able to walk with you on this journey of soul healing and inner transformation. If you resonated with this episode and found it valuable, I would be grateful if you could leave a review on iTunes. Your feedback helps me reach more souls searching for guidance and healing. For more guidance and soul wisdom to support soul awakening women through the journey of alchemy, please visit my website www.liciacosta.co.uk. Love and healing to all. See you on the next one.